So, we've read all the books, we've seen the movies. How many of us have played the games? Well, these games in particularly. Well, none of us would have played such a distinct version of the story of Alice if it wasn't for this fine chap named American McGee, who developed a darker, reimagining world of Alice in Wonderland with his 2000 video game American McGee's Alice. And this one is a little different because they're actually working on getting another one made, but we'll get to that later. I have to tell you, when this game was released, I wanted to play it so bad from seeing just the art design that I nearly destroyed the potato of a computer that I had at the time to get it to run. I remember being in an electronics boutique. You guys probably don't even know what that is, but yeah, I had a potato, so I even tried to get a new GPU to get it to run because it wouldn't run on it, and I had no idea back then what the hell I was doing, so I was just plugging shit into shit. Yeah, it almost fried the house. The game was a dark, twisted, violent. McGee takes and reimagines this world coming from the deep psyche of Alice, with her dealing with her personal demons and trauma, and her time spent in the mental asylum after her parents die in a house fire. And for a game that came out in 2000, there was nothing like it. The style, the writing, every artistic expression, it was fantastic. Now, the controls and platforming, they weren't the greatest, but I mean, they improved with the sequel, but just the overall presentation of this game was unique and stood out amongst all the other titles back then, even up to now. Like, nothing looks like it just was in a world of its own. Like, it really embraced the whole Wonderland feel with just like the visuals alone and just everything about it. And that was until the sequel was released in 2011. That came out on consoles. Madness Returns, it definitely superseded the previous game and was definitely the sequel that fulfilled the desire to explore and delve into more of Alice's demented and twisted world. And like the new story, she's working at an orphanage, finds herself back down the rabbit hole and returning to Wonderland. But like immediately as you return to Wonderland in Madness Returns, with that unique, twisted, beautiful visuals, there's awesome creative weapon choices, there's interesting like puzzles that you get to do, different skins, like different dresses that she wears, traveling and traversing these different parts of Wonderland because you have no idea which. The game is very unpredictable, and this game spends more time in and out of Wonderland and explores a lot of the deeper meanings and symbolisms of the story and as you progress. And a nice and generous touch that was added was the download code that came. They gave you that with the game for consoles, which was cool because you couldn't play the first game unless you had a PC. It's still now available in the digital form on Game Pass and EA Play. If you haven't played it, I mean, yeah, the graphics are dated and stuff like that, but like, check it out, you know? Hey, and if you want to check out a full playthrough of the game in HD, 4K, I got it up here. You click that top thing in the right corner that pops up. It'll bring you right to it, or you could check it under the video section in the channel. I'll put a link in the description. So, a little info on what was and what may be, and feel free to comment on this because sometimes these facts can be more of fiction, if you know what I mean. We don't always get these things right. Basically, McGee worked for id Software. He worked on like Doom and Quake and stuff in like 97 and was inspired to make a game that didn't involve guns, soldiers, aliens, even though he likes those types of games. He wanted to make something completely different. EA rejected a lot of his approaches and pitches. He didn't want the game to be a continuation of Lewis Carroll's story. He wanted it to be just like reference material, just based off the story and then kind of like a whole new reimagining. He had trouble with the licensing, of course. First M-rated game under EA's shitty banner, following up a decade later with Madness Returns under his studio Spicy Horse and EA for consoles and PC. Now, as we know, McGee and his team, they're working on the next installment of Alice ASYLUM. He currently chats live on his YouTube channel, shows and shares all the progress they've been making along with artwork, memorabilia that you could also get from supporting the game and his Patreon. And there's some really cool stuff, and looking at the artwork, concepts, and designs they're developing for the next title, it's amazing. The music, the sound, I'll link everything below and you guys can check it out. Support it if you like. They're having a hard time getting licensing and publishing. You know, I think, you know, they were talking to EA and EA just, who wants to deal with them anyway? So like, but they're like, I don't know why they're having such trouble getting licensing and publishing, because all these publishers out there that spend money on the garbage that's out there and they get funded. Like, why can't you fund something like this? Games like this need to exist. Okay? I mean, the sheer determination and talent and struggle developers like this, they go through this, they got these visions, and they want to They're trying to get this stuff to work and out there. We need to support that, or we'll never see it, and we'll just sit there and wait and be like, where are they at with the game? Where are they at with the game? But like, we have to support them, and we can't rely on the idiotic publishers who want to just shell out a bunch of money to slap their name on it and rewrite like their ideas and their stories and their creative designs because they don't even know what they're doing. You can't take the art away from the artist, and can't readjust someone's idea and vision, or it's no longer pure, and it's there's no more of its intention. It sucks that they have to wait for publishers to help them out when they got an awesome idea. We want to play good games. These people have good games. Let's help them get it to us. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's basically it. It's been a while. Just want to say thanks for new subscribers, for people checking out the videos. Comment, write what you feel, say what you want, do your thing. I'll see you later. Be cool, take it easy. No, you. Yeah, you. We do live streams, live games, weeknights. In case you want to drop by and sit back, relax, check out a game or 2 or 3 or 4, do it up. It ain't gonna hurt you. I won't even know about it unless you say something. Do it up. Come on by, check it out. I ain't gonna pressure you. Don't you worry. No pressure at all.